Yeah. I have to take this hoodie off. I'm sweating. I have to open that window, actually. How are we doing? How are we feeling? What's going on? I'm trying this webcam thing out. I'm monitoring. This is kind of a test, also trying to see if, well, this is definitely a test, but this is also, let's just talk about free agency, because I want to talk about free agency. But can you guys tell me, one, if it looks good, and two, if you can hear me at all? Is there anybody out there? Can you hear me? Can you see me? I'm trying a new thing here. We're going to talk about free agency, obviously. We're going to talk about everything that's happened because it's been pretty insane. But can you hear me? Can you see me? Is it smooth? Because I have a little bit of latency on my end. Both yes? Cool. I love it. How we doing? How we feeling? Raiders Dad. Appreciate it. This offseason, good quality. Thank you. All right. Thank you, Jess. This offseason so far, well, we'll be giving it a 10, about a 17. Listen, you guys know me. I'm not a big live person, okay? I don't like to just jump to go live when things happen because, one, you never know what could happen. You don't want to, get your hopes up. And two, every Raider YouTuber and their grandmother goes live. I'm not knocking that. That's cool. That seems to be the new thing right now. That's just not me. And if I'm going live the same time everyone else is going live, you can choose who you want to watch, So I didn't go live yesterday. That doesn't mean, and by the way, comment, I'll throw them up on the screen, and we'll talk, ask questions. That does not mean I didn't absolutely go ballistic yesterday. Okay, I was with my buddy. We were in his apartment watching some March Madness, and I'm in a group chat, a betting group chat, and my friend just goes, "Oh my God, the AFC West did it again." I'm like, "Huh, AFC West? Oh, what did the Chiefs do? Did they trade for Robert Woods or something?" Boy, was I mistaken, because the next text I saw was Davante Adams connection. And my heart, I don't know. I don't know in my life if I've ever. I don't know if in my life I've ever experienced something like that in my life where a team that I root for, was a part of one of the biggest offseason moves of the last at least decade. Of non-quarterbacks, that might be the biggest player to ever be traded in his prime. Like the Raiders just traded for the best receiver in the National Football League. And when I read those words, I could not believe it. Now, I will say, a part of me was like, I love it. Did we just trade Darren Waller though, or did we just do something crazy? Did we do like a Derek Carr, Jordan Love swap or something? I didn't know what the trade entailed, and when I saw it was a first and a second, I didn't, but I could have shed a tear. It was that big of a deal. This feels like, and I don't want this to be a dunk fest on Gruden and Mayock, but this just felt like such an executed plan from the very beginning, almost to the point where I think Josh McDaniels was purposefully downplaying how much he enjoys Derek Carr, so people wouldn't think we were trading for Davante Adams. I think it was that big of a move. Like that's that calculated of a move. And who was it that asked him? It was Daniel Jeremiah or Pelissero or somebody. Somebody asked Josh McDaniels, "So is Carr going to be your starter week 1?" He goes, "Sure, yeah, of course." And people were like, "Ooh, that was a little," and he knew the whole time that they were trading for Davante Adams, which means he knew, of course, Derek was going to be the week 1 starter, which means him and Ziegler from the very beginning had this in mind. And they played it masterfully is a word that I use a little too often, but that was a masterclass in an offseason that's not even done because we hear about Stephon Gilmore every 5 seconds. Listen, I'll say this. It's very easy, hindsight's 2020, to say now you have to just wait and see what's going to happen. But a lot of Raider fans, including people that are very close to me, were like, what are we doing? J.C. Jackson. What, can we sign somebody? Allen Robinson. Chandler Jones, Davante Adams. Bang. Bang. From way downtown. Oh, man, I'm fired. I've never been more. We went all in. We went all in. For the first time in my life, we said, we're just going to go for it. If it doesn't work, it doesn't work, but we're going to freaking go for it. And Josh McDaniels isn't doing it the Patriot way. He's doing it the Josh McDaniels way, which is now the Las Vegas Raiders way. I mean, what more could you ask for? It's craziness. It's absolute craziness. Let's get to some of these comments, because I just had to get my 2 cents there. It's absolute craziness, and I cannot wait for the season to start. It's going to be fun to play with this team in Madden once this franchise is over and we transition to the playing through the schedule. But holy guacamole, man, I am so excited. And Josh McDaniels played so perfectly. I mean, I guarantee, I almost guarantee, I can guarantee that he was purposefully downplaying how much he liked Derek, so people wouldn't think that we were trading for Davante. It's genius. These freaking comments, man. Jesse said, what's your team ranking in the AFC West based on roster alone? It's a great question. I'm a Raider fan, but I'm not a biased Raider fan. I like to tell you guys how it is. I think there's a lot of people out there that positively or negatively have a sort of a hue on the Raiders, and I like to keep it 100%. I predicted they'd go 10-7 and be the 7th seed last year. I was close. I think right now, I can't tell you who has the best roster. I can't. But I can tell you who has the worst. It's the Kansas City Chiefs, and it's not close. The Kansas City Chiefs, on paper, which doesn't mean anything. Free agency is still happening. The draft has to happen. So it's kind of not pointless to have this conversation. It is fun. But on paper, the Kansas City Chiefs have the worst roster in the division. Now they have the best quarterback. I would say the best offense. You have to say the proven commodity is the better of all the choices. Even like Russell Wilson, like we think he's going to be really good. We don't know for sure. I was just talking to my dad earlier. I don't know how you're going to stop the Raiders, because you can't double you can't double Waller, Renfro, and Adams. You can't double all three. I mean, is Brian Edwards going to say, just throw it to me, I'm wide open, no one's covering me? I can't give you a definitive ranking, because one, I think it's just a little irresponsible, and two, I genuinely don't know. I think the Chargers maybe on paper have the best roster, maybe, and then the Raiders and the Broncos are sort of fighting for second there, but just roster wise, I think it's pretty good that the Chiefs have the worst roster. I mean, their defense is not good to begin with. They lost Tyrann Mathieu. Oh my God, Justin Reed! Oh, we got Justin Reed. They lost Tyrann Mathieu, and their offense got a little too Mahomesian at the end, for better or for worse. So I don't know. It's tough. Yo, Samuel, I appreciate the comment. What's today? Friday. So Saturday, Sunday's the next one. We're going to go Sunday. Sunday, I play the 49ers. And then it'll either be next Sunday or next Wednesday. Oh, my God, the Jazz are playing right now. I'm not watching them. I totally forgot the Jazz were on. Whatever. I've already missed it. I'm doing this for you guys. Could someone update me on the Jazz score, actually? I would actually appreciate that if somebody could just tell me the score of the guys' game. I got the 49ers in the series, and then I have the who is it? Oh, the 49ers and then the Chiefs, and they are crazy games. If you thought that the Tech game was crazy, just wait. Fresno State Bulldogs, absolutely. Let me show you. Oh, I can't show you my lock screen, but I'll share with you the picture of my lock screen now. If you just do a quick Google search for Derek Carr and Davante, this is the picture of my lock screen. Just got to zoom in, then share my screen. Boom. This is the picture of my lock screen. So every day I wake up and I see this. It's a beautiful sight to see. It's just a beautiful thing. It just felt like such a pipe dream. I was shooting people down like, bro, we're not getting Davante. It's not happening. And it's just awesome. It's just awesome. I don't know what else to say. But yeah, that's my lock screen on my phone. Uncharted Raider. In my opinion, the signing was way better than Jerry Rice, Randy Moss, Antonio Brown signing with the Raiders. Well, technically a trade, but I understand where you're coming from. Oh, it's huge. Jerry Rice was getting up there in age. Still was really good, but he's getting up there in age. Randy Moss, probably a bigger deal when it initially happened, but he didn't really go that well. And then Antonio Brown, I definitely was excited, but you know, it didn't work out. I'll say that. So I must be happy. Yeah, I would say I'm happy. I would say I'm happy, Alex. Are you happy? I'm pretty happy. Where would Tyrann Mathieu go? I don't know. How about the Raiders? Could you imagine that? Could you imagine if Tyrann said, you know what? You sign my replacement. I'm gonna play you 2 times a year. I'm gonna make sure that they know exactly how to stop you. That would be a power move. Is no one gonna stop them to ask for? I guess I could just look it up. Jazz Clippers. Come on, what's the score of this game? 71-34. We have like 6 starters that were up 71-30. The one game I don't watch, I never miss a game, and I'm here for you guys, and they're blowing the clips out. Any other questions you guys got? How we doing? We got any new people in here? If you're new, let me know. Subscribe. We're trying to get to 3,000. I thought we could do it before the draft. Still could, I guess, technically, but you know. What was my reaction to find out about the trade? I did talk about this earlier. You did miss it, but I'll tell you the story again. I was watching some March Madness. What was the game that I was watching? Maybe the beginning of the Kentucky game. And I got a text from a group chat, and it said, AFC West is going crazy. And I was like, oh, what did the Chiefs do? They traded for, like, Cooper Kupp or something. And then the next text I saw was Davante Adams is back, and I let out a sound that I didn't know my body was able to produce. It was utter chaos. And I said the reason why I didn't go live immediately is because I just don't like to go live when crazy things like this happen. I also just don't like to go live because every Raider YouTube live, and that's not a shot at people that go live. That's a lot of people's bread and butter, but it's just not my thing. I don't like to. I don't know. If everyone's doing it, I don't want to like also do it. You know what I mean? But yeah, I went crazy. What holes do you think we should fill in the draft? Right tackle, for one. Number 2. That's it. That's our own hole. Right tackle. Everything else is just depth. Like, depth is not a hole. Like, if you're just talking about starters, like, this is my squad, Hoosiers. My team's out there. We need a right tackle, and we can win the Super Bowl. Like, seriously, like, we have depth at corner. We maybe need another safety, but we can work with what we have. Abram is it's not nothing. Our linebacking core, maybe another linebacker, although I think they're gonna play Diablo and Perriman, so we probably need another one unless they move Abram to linebacker. Then we would need a safety. But to be like a lock it in Super Bowl, like we could go to the Super Bowl, we need a right tackle, and we're good. We're good. We're good. Dominique, what's going on? How we doing? How we feeling? Dustin, I yelled the minute I heard we got Davante. Oh, I screamed again. The sound that I didn't know my body could produce was like a war crime, a war call. It was like it came from beneath my esophagus. It was just it was like the heavens opened. I couldn't explain to you. I wish I could bottle that feeling and keep it for a rainy day. Crazy how the second Jones is on the Raiders. People call him washed, and still with Adams, people call our defense bad or our offense bad. Listen, I'll say this: these people, they don't matter. Okay, if you're happy, I'm happy. We're happy. We're good. We don't need to listen to the outside. I could tell the person who said Chandler Jones is washed. He's the same age as Khalil Mack. And he's got a better injury history. But I'm not that. Because I don't need to convince him of anything. He wants to convince me Chandler Jones is washed. I say, we'll see how I feel. But I don't know if somebody who had 5 sacks in one game could be washed. I don't know. And then people who want to say our offense would be bad with Adams, that's definitely an opinion you could have. I don't claim to be a fortune teller. My best guess would be that, our offense last year wasn't bad. And we didn't have the best receiver in the league. And another year for Renfro to develop and Waller to develop and the line to develop. And now we have a coach who is known for his offensive prowess. Went from Greg Olsen to Josh McDaniels. I'd call that an upgrade. I don't know what you guys would call it. So only time will tell. Oh, you're a Niner fan. I didn't know that. Do you watch Haberman and Milkoff? Wait, I have a question now. Are you one of my subscribers? Like, do I see you in chat all the time, or do I see you in the Haberman and Middlecoff chat and think and just assume that was my chat when I go live, or is it both? This might just be a bunch of nonsense that you don't even know what I'm talking about. But I didn't know that. I appreciate you stopping by. If you're a subscriber, that's even cooler. I appreciate that too. This is a good question. Juju versus Renfro, who you got? I got Hunter Renfro, and I got him in a blowout. I think that Hunter Renfro is the best slot receiver in the National Football League. I think Juju is fine. He's fine. He's all right. I got people who are Steelers fans in my life, and they don't like Juju. They think he's someone called him a loser today. I'll say it. One of my friends who's a Steeler guy called him a loser. I'll just say that. I appreciate that, Alex. Here's what I'll say to you. I really do appreciate it. 49er fan. I never assumed that people watch my stuff that aren't Raider fans. If there's anyone else in here who's not a Raider fan, let me know, because that's awesome. Alex, here's what I say. If you don't know who Haberman and Middlecoff are, do me a favor. Go subscribe to them, because they are honestly, all of you should do this. Actually, can we do this? Can we just make this a group thing? Because you guys just like talking about football, right? Haberman and Middlecoff is a podcast on YouTube that I watch all the time. And this is hashtag non-sponsored. This is the only podcast that I watch. And it's a football podcast. And they talk about all the football topics, but they mainly focus on the Raiders and the Niners, because they're Bay Area people. They live in the Bay Area. So they talk a lot about the Niners and a lot about the Raiders, which is why I know probably more about the Niners than I should. Like, I know about your secondary problems, Alex. And I know that Jimmy Garoppolo still being on the roster is crazy, because you got to pay him $22 million. Like, I'm a weird expert on the 49ers because of this podcast. So do me a favor. Go subscribe to Haberman and Middlecoff. And the next time they go live, can we tell them that I sent you? Say All Aboard Raiders sent you, and or comment on their videos. Just everybody go over there and say that, because I think it would just be cool for them to know that I'm sending people their way. Just give me a little acknowledgement. That would be cool. If you guys could do that, that'd be fun. Haberman and Middlecoff, it'll come up if you type it in. Actually, I'll put the link in here, because again, not sponsored. I just really love it. And I would really like for them to know that I'm sending people their way because they're awesome. Anyway, I don't know why we're talking about that. But yeah, man, Chandler Jones. I mean, I didn't even talk about Chandler Jones. I did not talk about Chandler Jones. That's how crazy the Davante Adams thing it was. Now, when we initially signed Chandler Jones, I was in Spanish class. My phone blew up. I was like, holy moly. And I was like, here's the link. Everyone go. Can you actually click that link, though? I don't know why it's not a clickable link. Go to this podcast and comment on their most recent video and say, all aboard Raiders sent you. And if they go live, also say that, and it'll be cool. Okay? Let's just make something happen here. Chandler Jones. We signed him. I didn't know about the trade, so I was like, oh, man, we have Yannick and Chandler Jones and Max. That's crazy. And then when I saw we flipped Yannick for Rocky Sin, who's a really good corner. He's a really, really good corner. That was when I mean, this is an obvious thing. That's really when my opinion of Ziegler, because I liked him, and I was I was reserving the right to freak out over Ziegler and McDaniels because you need time to execute their plan, and this was the cog that needed to get put into motion. Everything, because you can't sign Chandler Jones unless you know you can trade Yannick Ngakoue, and that's where all that money's going to Chandler initially. So you cannot make a move without knowing you have other moves in place. So that was an awesome move, and that was an awesome move. So I mean, I'm so excited. I'm so excited to watch this team. I cannot wait. This Davante. Does anybody know when the Davante Adams press conference is going to be? I would assume it's probably tomorrow, right? Also, if you guys have any more questions, I'll be happy to answer them. If not, I'm probably going to hop off and watch the rest of the Jazz game because I didn't know they were playing. I forgot. But yeah, I don't know when the press conference is. If anybody does know, let me know. Oh, you were hoping that the Niners would get Chandler. He would be great. He would be really good. Yeah, man, the Niners are in a weird spot because they had to let a bunch of like Lake and Tomlinson they had to let go, but they got Travis Ward, so that's good. He would have been pretty awesome with Bosa. Yeah, he would have been pretty cool. But yeah, listen. Any more questions, comments, concerns? Fire them in there. If not, go try to use this link. I don't know if this link works. Just copy and paste it. Subscribe to this podcast. It's a really awesome football podcast where they focus on the Raiders and the Niners. Go to their most recent post. I'm going to look right now. I'm going to their most recent video right now. And I want to see at least a couple comments. Can we just do this? I'm going to share. I'm sharing the thing. Hold on. I'm going to their most recent video. I want to see a couple videos. It's 49ers happy to see about Davante. To see Davante out of Green Bay. It's got 4.8 thousand views. Go there, subscribe to them, comment on their most recent video, and say, all aboard Raiders sent me. And if you do that, I'll stay on here and answer anything you guys want for the next hour. Okay? Raider Wolf. How many passing yards do you predict Derek Carr have? I mean, he had 4,800 with Zay Jones. He could easily do that again. Like, easily. I don't know, dude. Hey, Oliver, you actually did say that, Red Wolf. I just checked. Appreciate it. Yeah, hit that like button too. Not that I don't like asking for likes and subs, but sometimes I'm just not very good with it. How many passing yards? I'll just say 40 because it's an extra game. No, I'll say 5,100 yards. He's gonna throw for 5,100 yards. It's gonna be ridiculous. It's gonna be. I have no doubt in my mind this is gonna work. No doubt in my mind. But yeah, man, I'm excited. I have too much headroom. You did say it for me. You did. I appreciate that. But yeah, guys, I appreciate you coming out. If you guys got nothing else, I'm going to head off. Give you a few more seconds to get any last questions in. If not, I commented 23 hours ago saying celebrate ? Niners won't even play the Packers next year. Maybe the playoffs. Who knows? That's a good point. It's a very good point. Oh yeah, new fullback. I hated to see Ingold go, but $7.5 million for a fullback is tough. I appreciate that McDaniels. They could have traded him. They could have easily traded him. But they decided to let him go and to choose his new destination. I think that was really a high-level move by McDaniels. It shows that he is really trying to understand the human connection a little bit more. By not trading Ingold and letting him walk at his own free will, I respected that. I respected that move by them. Brad, back to the team of the old days. You know, bro. We all know. Oh my God, throw it deep. Swing, baby. I'm so excited. For this. Yeah, man. I don't think I got anything else. I'm gonna start working on a little highlight recap video on the season. I just had an idea in the car, and I think it's gonna be pretty cool. So check out for that. It should be coming in a few weeks. Madden video on Sunday, Raiders, Niners, crazy video. And then the next one after that is the Chiefs, which is probably crazier than that one. Here's a little tease for the Madden videos. I get some superstar development opportunities from players. I won't say who. Very important players, is all I'll say. Adrian joins when I'm about to end it. What's up with that? What are we doing? Huh? You don't have prior engagements. I should be your top priority. And honestly, just kidding. Does this work? Camera stuff? Like, does this camera look better than I usually do? I look and sound better than I usually do? Is the first question. And the second question is it enough improvement for me to continue to do this? No, I'm just kidding, Adrian. I listen. I'm in college right now. I understand. Is the camera quality and the sound quality better? Number one, and number two, is it better? Is it better enough for me to continue to do this, or should I just use my computer? Because right now I have my computer here, and I'm not using it. So can we get a little litmus test on that before I jump off here? Because this was meant to be sort of a pseudo test, as well as me talking about all this stuff. And a lot of joined, I thought that was pretty cool. So just let me know if I need like a desk so I could put the computer right here and then I could look up. I made okay, a little echoey, but it's not bad. Yeah, I don't have a mic, so it's just like it's bouncing off the room. I guess I'm more interested in the look. It sounds like you're in an empty room. Well, I mean, I am. I guess I'll have to watch it back to see. Or maybe I should just get a mic. Maybe I should do that and stop being lazy. But the look, is the look better? Is it worse? Does it not really matter? Because on my end, it looks better, I think. There's something about the laptop cam that has like a haze to it that I don't like. But I don't know. What are we talking about? Everyone was saying we won't get Davante Adams, parentheses, including me. And when he got franchise, I knew we were going to trade for him. He said he won't play on the tag. I knew he'd be a Raider. Hey, credit to you. I believe it. It was one of those things like, everybody see Spider-Man, No Way Home? Expect disappointment and you won't be disappointed. That's kind of my thing. It was like, well, I'm not gonna like root for this to happen. Well, I'll root for it to happen, but I'm not gonna put all my chips into the Davante Adams pot because I feel like it's unlikely. You don't usually see people hold out and actually get traded like immediately. Good vid quality? Okay, cool. I said we weren't getting Davante because we were the Raiders. You know, we don't do stuff like that normally. I agree. We trade people away. We don't trade for people. That was crazy. Mike cutting out still, like right now. Hello? Can you hear me? Hello? Oh, you know what we should do? Oh, wait. Where's my here. Let's try this. Oh, hold on. Just gonna test something. I'm gonna put my headphones in. I'm gonna change the mic to my headphones. Let's see if that works. Or should I try the PlayStation mic? Let me try the PlayStation mic. We're working out the kinks. It just cuts out here and there. Okay. We're working out the kinks. Ready? I'm gonna look like Josh McDaniels. Philly special. Let's see if this works. I don't know if I'm gonna be doing this all the time. All right, I just plugged it in. It's not. Tell me. Hold on. Settings. Audio. I don't know. I don't know which one this would be. Let me take this out and see if it disappears. Okay, that didn't even come up, so I'm not doing that. Stand by. Hey, we're working out the kinks. I just want to see if anything. I'm just trying to make this the best it is for you. You know. I even have echo cancellation on. Are you telling me I'm echoing? What? Tears at a funeral. Tears at a funeral. Does this sound any better? What does that sound like? Does this sound any different at all? Touchdown Raiders. I love it. Does this sound any different at all, better or worse? Thoughts on this, on what it sounds like? I'm just going to keep saying words until people comment. People are dropping like flies because I'm doing audio tests. I'm ending this soon. I just want to see if is this better or worse? Can't tell the difference. Didn't do anything at all. Hit me. 1,000 times better. You tell for real? All right. Well, now I know. This is why we do this. So you're saying do the webcam and do this audio. Yeah? Is that the perfect combo? I got to memorize what this was. Audio was the real. Testing 1, 2. Oh, yeah. Sorry, that got really loud for you. All right, cool. Now I know. I think I'm done here. Got a new little setup. More like you're in an unfurnished room that's kind of empty. I understand. Yes, I do. I understand. But we'll just use this. Yeah, and here's what we ended. Caller Adams, Renfro, Waller, Jacobs. Good luck. Subscribe if you're new. It's free. Bye. Go Jazz.